Namaste. Here I want to share a quick idea I had about utopia. I think utopia would be anarchistic and also would have to be Buddhist. How is this possible? Well, anarchy is a term which is a kind of social organization in which people wave flags of freedom and liberty. The absence of a police force, the absence of control from a bureaucratic institution. Is man inherently good enough to govern himself? Do we need police officers? Do we need governance? I say no. But we do need this. Buddhism has discovered certain laws that are not made by man. There are two laws that Siddhartha Gautama Buddha discovered. This is the law of karma and the law of impermanence, or co-dependent arising. These two laws can be brought into anarchy and would not impact upon the freedom of the individual. How? Wow, I am a genius. I tell you how. If we were to meet aliens, the things that we could give these aliens as little welcome gifts: mathematics, science, and Buddhism. Buddhism has discovered laws that are so universal to nature, even more fundamental than the laws of physics itself, because the laws of physics is confined to planet Earth. The laws of karma transcend and are fundamental for the whole universe, but the rational mind has limitations. I'll talk about karma in a second. Firstly, I want to say this. The rational mind is scared of chaos, and therefore I think chaos has kind of been married with anarchy, as though that anarchistic state would be a state of such chaos that people would run riots in the street and break windows and smash things and loot things, and there would need to be police. And I say no, there is no need for police. Intuitive knowledge of the law of karma would replace the need for the external institutionalization of justice. The reason we have police officers in this state is because we have bureaucracy, and more fundamental is because we have lost touch with karma. We have lost touch with the subtle realities of the mind, the body, our interrelation with each other. Karma, as we may know incorrectly, is this idea of what goes out comes back. It's a constant kind of... And I wish to say that karma is more real than this. In meditation, at night, the actions of the day come to the surface. If I have punched someone in the face after my afternoon lunch, I see the eyes of those people looking back at me. I see the eyes of the victim of the people that I've hurt. This disrupts meditation. Karma is a self-governing practice, self-regulating principle, in which the individual who is in touch with themselves and their inner nature just inherently knows to be a good person, so that they don't have to deal with the karma of bad actions. If I misbehave, I'm going to get a negative state of mind. This is such a fundamental law, the law of cause and effect, that it is here whether or not we like it. It will be in a fascist state, it would be in a capitalistic economic state, it would also be in the economic state. the Buddhists know how to live with this karma, how to live outside the boundaries also of the rational mind, which is always concerned about good and evil, which is very much a cultural condition. Anarchy, jumping into the ocean, no cultural conditions, no cultural boundaries of police or state or religion. So then why would Buddhism get its foot in the door of the anarchistic world? For this reason. The laws that have been discovered are fundamental laws of human nature, independent of the cultural condition. The second law of Buddhism is that the law of impermanence, the law of impermanence actually states that I do not exist as a separate entity. This particular society, materialism, capitalism, is so much making a huge point about, what, we're in separate bodies. I have this, you have that, I have this, you have that. Therefore, the individual idea of a self is strengthened. This is an illusion. Knowledge and wisdom of the impermanent nature of the self and the codependence upon everything contains everything else. Inside the vase contains the hands of the potter, the flame in which it was used to be baked, the earth in which the clay came from. Vase does not exist without these components, which are separate. Humanity, in the same way, cannot exist without everyone together playing their part. Perhaps this idea has been taken into communism, into socialism, but I think that as a law it remains independent and can be taken this way, that way. Meditation as the third law is sort of a grounding for the fact of the first and second and third law. Knowledge of the reality of karma, cause and effect, gets rid of the need for police. I am good because I know that if I do good to someone else, goodness comes back to me. This, yes, may seem like a bit of a selfish compassion, and therefore we have the second law, which states that there is no self to be selfish about. If I consider everyone as I, the extension of brothers and sisters, compassion, selfishness, these things are one. The third thing is meditation, the importance of sadhana, internal reflection. This is happening because that is happening. The cultivation of inherent virtue, the flowering of individual wisdom. Buddhist anarchy would be a very wise society. So, as contradictory as it may seem, a bloke here, you're watching a video of someone saying anarchy should be like this and anarchy should be like that. You listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying if the anarchist is looking for an ethic, if the anarchist is looking for a way to avoid the fears associated with the chaotic state of anarchy, they must turn to the Buddha. They must turn to the Dharma, the teachings, because Buddhists also love freedom. Buddhists also love liberty. They are on the path of the individual experience of this. The anarchist is a way of living with many people, a sangha, who are also in the pursuit of this freedom, this liberty, this truth. So, I think I've summarized a very technical, something that I've been trying to make a video about for the last day. This is the 12th take, actually. Please leave your comments, responses. I'd love to discuss this more here or in person. Namaste, and don't let anyone tell you what to do.